many moments, but when I was a kid, I was gonna do music. I was always gonna do music. I just waited a little too long. So as I was approaching the age of 30, I had written many songs with friends of mine over the last 10 years, and I realized, shit, I better get this going. I mean, what the fuck am I doing? But my friend called me. He was like, Juliette, what are you doing with your music? Come on. And the thing was, I didn't know how to begin. Should I get with a producer? Should I be a singer-songwriter? Should I do it through a band? And I wrote a handful of songs with Linda Perry, and that was really good for me because I had the first couple rock and roll songs that I think were the seeds of the licks. As well as I wrote with this guy named Lyle Workman, and those songs are on the EP. It was Coming Around, I Am My Father's Daughter, and Shelter Your Needs are my first sort of official rock and roll songs. So once I had found, okay, this is sort of the kind of music I want to do, then I realized I want to make music through the live show experience and through a band, you know, bringing 5 individuals who all have different tastes and seeing what we could come up with musically. But I'm the overall director. But my right-hand man, the one guy who's never changed, is Todd Morris. And him and I together sort of form the thrust of the licks. But what's cool is we're known as a live band first and foremost. That's what we're about, is the live show. The licks are kind of like a traveling circus, like a Fellini movie. We're all very silly. We're like pixies in the forest. It's amazing. No, it's funny because mine and Dave's friendship just developed over the last couple years, and we had met on the Reading Festival, and we're kind of similar characters. He's a very, very good person, very expressive, and also really inspired and passionate about music. And so our relationship just completely evolved around music and talking about songs and this song, this band, and all this. And then I was gonna start demoing my next record, and my drummer at the time, I let him go because he didn't want to tour anymore. So I was drummerless. I had some great songs we had been playing live. It was Hot Kiss, Mindful of Daggers, and Bullshit King. We had been playing those live because we wrote them on the road. So I wanted to demo those and see if this might be the record. And so he offered to play drums, and from there, because I'm a bit greedy, I was like, I'm gonna have Dave for the whole record, not just 3 songs. And he agreed to do the whole, well, I'm greedy with so much talent, because he's a phenomenon. This is what's amazing about the musical pursuit, is I'm just wide open to opportunity. You meet so many different people on your journeys, you know, at these places around the world, and you all get off on music together and you can collaborate. It's much different than film. Film requires a lot of money and you're dependent on many things. You can't just meet someone and go, hey, I want to act with you, and then there you are in your living room acting. You know what I mean? Music you can.
It was the great escape.
Sometimes I like to play with phrases or words that I hear. I love metaphor. I'm not a very literal writer, so I love like fantasy, like Inside the Cage. To me, it's about losing your sanity, but you would never hear that in the lyrics. You know, about being inside the cage. It's a metaphor. It's like being a caged panther or something, and then somehow triumphing while you're locked up. But that I wrote on a plane, and it started with the phrase, or the words, it was 1,000-pound weight, moon down on the sun. These were just visuals. And then Death of a Whore is literally about a prostitute that gets murdered. And to me, it had so much melancholy, and it was twisted, the joy and the pain, and it felt like a haunting. So it started from, I felt like there was a spirit, you know, who's at unrest, and then I made up a story. And what I connect with in all my songs is the emotion. You know, I relate to human experience of the underbelly and all kinds of experiences that people go through in life. I can connect with those experiences. I play piano, but not enough to write songs. I write with mainly on guitar, but sometimes I write from rhythm. So like Jason Womack, my bass player, he came up with the track Killer that's on the record, and Purgatory Blues was a bass riff initially, because I said I want to develop a song through bass. And so he came up with these really good riffs, and we developed it from there. So sometimes I'll plant a seed. I'll say, give me something dangerous, or give me something, you know, that breaks my heart, or something like this. Because music often is very visual and it's emotional, and that's where I come from, is I deal with emotion.